Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of Women Who Have Shaped Worldwide Belief with the Butterfly Princess. This month, we're going to be telling you about a character called Rhiannon. Now, she is a Welsh queen of horses and courage, and she makes an appearance in Welsh mythology, particularly Welsh poems. So here goes. This female figure is fascinating. She makes appearances in a medieval Welsh poem that deals with both ancient history and romance, but it also deals with religious themes that date back to the Welsh Celtic past. She is both a self-confident and empowered individual. Within the Welsh poem, she makes her first appearance on a hill that is sacred, riding a horse and wearing golden silk. A lord by the name of Lord Gyford Pyrrhill instructs the riders that are under his command to capture the woman. They pursue Rhiannon for days on end but never catch her, despite the horse that she rides just walks along. After failing to capture the woman, the Lord asks her to stop. Rhiannon replies in a mocking tone that she would have stopped for the Lord, as it was he who she intended to have as her husband. But there is more to this story than meets the eye. Although Rhiannon has chosen the Lord to be her wedded husband, she was already promised to another. The question now was, how was she going to stop her marriage to Growell taking place? The answer was that she organised the wedding feast and instructed the Lord to dress in beggar's clothing when her intended husband arrived at the wedding feast, when there, Pyrrhill instructed Grandwell to fill a bag with food. This bag was enchanted, which meant it couldn't be filled with food. After many attempts, Grewel decided to step into the bag to see what kind of magic was at work. Pyrrhill saw an opportunity and took full advantage and called his soldiers to assist him. They played a game that was known in the medieval period known as Badger in the Bag. The game involved the participants kicking and beating the bag while the victim Grungle was still inside. In the end, after Pyrrhill and his men had their fun, Grungle got himself out of the bag with his body covered in cuts and bruises. This resulted in Grungle making the decision not to marry Rhiannon, and she was free to marry Pyrrhill, and therefore becoming Queen of Gyford. A few years later, the Welsh Queen gave birth to a son while she slept. While she slept, the newborn disappeared from his cradle where he slept. This also took place while the maids of the household were also sleeping. The maids were afraid that they would somehow be blamed, so in order to protect themselves, they slaughtered a to take her punishment. She told her story to people who passed by her stables each day as part of her punishment. She carried people on her back. This would be humiliating for anyone, even more so a queen. However, Her husband Pyrrhus continued to love and honour his wife and mother to his son despite everything. The story doesn't end there. In a twist of fate, the son of Rhiannon and Pyrrhus is found alive and well. Their son had been fostered and taken care of by another lord of the Welsh lands. As the baby grew into a young boy, his resemblance for his biological father was striking. He was returned to his natural parents and he was named Pyrrhus. This female figure is known to have a very strong connection with the animal breed of horses and can place them under an enchantment. She and her son are depicted and quite often shown as a mother horse with her child foaled. In some later versions, she appears to some as the Welsh version of the Celtic horse goddess named Epona. Both of these female figures are both referred to as queen. In addition, they are both depicted sitting elegantly on a horse that moves with such grace and care. Epona who is a horse goddess, was worshipped across what was known as Celtic Europe. There is some possibility that the legacy of Epona survived and was able to be transferred into the tales of Rhiannon during the medieval period of history. The people of the Welsh lands view Rhiannon as being both a strong and complex member of female sex. To this very day, her stories inspire a vast amount of both pride and fascination. And now I'm going to extend these episodes now by telling you a bit more about her. So I've told you a bit about the story, but now I'm going to tell you about a bit more, going into more depth. So Rhiannon's story is a captivating blend of myth, history, and empowerment, a fascinating synthesis that echoes through centuries of Welsh culture. Introduction and initial encounter. Rhiannon makes a striking entrance in a medieval Welsh poem, riding a horse and wearing golden silk. Her presence is awe-inspiring to the point that Lord Pyrrhus becomes enchanted by her. Despite Rhiannon's horse merely walking, Pyrrhus' men can't catch her. It turns out Rhiannon intended to marry Pyrrhus all along. This is a testament to her agency and mysterious allure. Clever resolution. Although engaged to another Grimmel, Rhiannon devises a cunning plan to marry Pyrrhus. She uses an enchanted bag as a wedding feast, allowing Pyrrhus and his men to trap Grimmel in a game called Badger in the Bag. Through this clever ruse, Grimmel is humiliated and decides not to marry her, freeing her to marry Pyrrhus. As queen, Rhiannon enjoys a trial of character. When her newborn son disappears, the royal maids falsely accuse her of devouring the infant, a description so severe that Rhiannon's punishment involves carrying strangers on her back. Despite the humiliation, she retains dignity and strength. Later, her son Perugini emerges safe, showcasing her enduring grace and love. Rhiannon is deeply connected to horses, symbolising power and freedom. Often linked to Epona, the Celtic horse goddess, her legacy signifies strength and mystery. Rhiannon's tale of resilience echoes through ages, inspiring pride and reflection in contemporary culture. Rhiannon clearly emphasised themes of empowerment, identity, and intricate dance between faith and choice. Her narrative invites contemplation and serves as a beacon for appreciating complex female figures within mythology. Rhiannon originates from Welsh mythology and is a prominent figure in a collection of medieval Welsh tales. These stories are steeped in Celtic tradition and are among the most treasured works of Welsh literature. Her narratives are largely set in the ancient Welsh kingdom, particularly Gyfed, where she becomes queen after her union with Pyrrell. These tales anticipate not only romance and adventure, but also intricate connections with the spiritual and natural world that are often symbolised through her affinity with horses. Exploring Rhiannon's roots offer a glimpse into how myths can reflect cultural identities and embody timeless values like courage and wisdom. The historical background of Rhiannon's tale is steeped in the rich tapestry of Celtic mythology, which flourished in areas such as Wales during the medieval period. The collection where stories of Rhiannon are found is a collection of ancient texts that forms a cornerstone of Welsh literature. It brings together a blend of mythical, heroic, and romantic narratives that have been passed down through oral traditions before being transcribed in the Middle Ages. The tales date back to the medieval period, but are believed to have deeper roots in ancient Celtic oral traditions. They present a vivid picture of society, beliefs and values of the time, particularly highlighting the strong connection with nature and the spiritual realm. The Celts were known for their complex mythology involving gods, magical creatures, and enchanting landscapes. Rhiannon's association with horses and her possible connection to Apura, the Celtic horse goddess, emphasised the tradition of blending the divine with everyday life. Rhiannon's stories showcase women as powerful figures capable of influencing fate and pursuing their desires with determination and wit. This reflects certain social attitudes towards women in Celtic culture, which often celebrated feminine strength and intellect. The narratives from the collection, including Rhiannon's, have evolved over time, influenced by various interpretations and translations. The persistence of these tales into modern time highlight their significance in conveying cultural identity and heritage. Rhiannon's legacy embedded in these stories offers us a window into how historical narratives can form and inspire modern understanding of empowerment and resilience. Rhiannon's story weaves through the fabric of Welsh culture, leaving a remarkable imprint that resonates even today. Her narrative within the collection serves as a lens through which we can explore broader themes such as empowerment, resilience, and cultural identity. Rhiannon is celebrated as a figure of strength and independence, a powerful agent in her own destiny, Her story inspires contemporary audiences advocating the idea that women can assert their desires and negative challenges with grace and intelligence. The continuation of her tales in modern literature, art, and popular culture underscores the importance in preserving Welsh heritage. These stories invite new generations to explore Celtic mythology, fostering a sense of pride and connection to past traditions. Rhiannon's character often inspires artistic interpretation in literary works, reflecting her complex personality and mythical allure. Whether it's through paintings, poetry, or storytelling, her presence stimulates creativity and explores themes of mystery and enchantment. Rhiannon embodies a spiritual connection with the natural world, particularly horses, which in turn symbolises freedom and beauty. This strong symbolism invites cultural contemplation about humanity's bond with nature and the enduring influence of ancient beliefs. With the rise of interest in folklore and mythology, Rhiannon's tale contributes to the cultural revival seen in Wales and beyond. Communities often employ these stories in festivals and educational programmes, celebrating their distinct narratives and ensuring heritage sustainability. Rhiannon's cultural impact is profound, acting as a beacon for exploring identity, tradition, and personal empowerment. Rhiannon's character in Welsh mythology isn't directly based on a historical figure, but rather she embodies a mix of mythical and cultural influences, primarily derived from Celtic traditions. Rhiannon is often associated with Apollo, the prominent Celtic horse goddess who was worshipped across Celtic Europe. Both are connected to horses, which is a symbol of power, freedom, and grace. This link in turn suggests Rhiannon's origins might trace back to ancient Celtic beliefs about divine femininity and nature's spirit. Rhiannon reflects the motifs found in myths worldwide, strong, intelligent women with supernatural elements. Her ability to transverse challenges and enact her will resonates with the universal themes of female empowerment and resilience. Rhiannon's story is part of a collection from Welsh oral traditions, where narratives evolve over generations. Although based not on a singular person, these stories were shaped by collective cultural memory, echoing values and social expectations of the time. The poem about Rhiannon, this collection, the poem that she's found indeed features prose rather than poetry, but the stories have a lyrical, poetic quality and have inspired numerous poems and adaptations over time. The magical allure and profound themes within Rhiannon's narratives are captured beautifully in several poetic works. These stories embody vivid imagery like Rhiannon's riding her majestic horse draped in golden silk, a scene that marries enchantment and elegance. Poetic interpretations often delve into themes of love, transformation, and timeless beauty. The mythical tales have inspired poets and writers to craft works that explore the depths of Rhiannon's character and touch upon her trials and triumphs. They often personify her grace, strength, and sorrow, or celebrate her triumphs over adversity, echoing the romantic qualities prevalent. Just as poetry offers deep bonds with the natural world, Rhiannon's association with horses and landscapes invites meditative and reflective explorations. Her story's celestial connections with nature echoes how poetry can reveal hidden truths and foster contemplation. Rhiannon's tale offers a captivating glimpse into Welsh mythology and reflects broader themes and cultural of Celtic heritage. Welsh mythology, like other Celtic traditions, connects with the natural world. Rhiannon's bond with horses and landscapes underscores the spiritual significance of nature intuition that freedom and transformation often reserved by Celtic societies. Rhiannon emphasised the rich characterisation found in Welsh tales, embodying grace, intelligence, resilience. Cross-gender power dynamics are frequently explored, suggesting an appreciation for both feminine and masculine strengths. The stories blend the mythical with everyday life, reflecting the importance of myth in understanding reality. This duality resonates with traditions where narratives acts as a mirror, casting insights both into the spiritual and the human experiences. Loyalty, honour and justice weave through her story, illuminating beliefs and values celebrated by Welsh societies. These tales illustrate the intricate ways people navigate community roles and personal identity within a mythological framework. The stories initially passed orally have rich elements that pursue and convey cultural history through and metaphoric storytelling. Their provision reflects cultural commitment to safeguarding heritage knowledge. Exploring Rhiannon's story opens up a fascinating window into how mythology can illuminate historical practices and timeless ideas. Rhiannon's association with horses is quite fascinating and rich in symbolism, especially within Celtic and Welsh mythology. Horses are poignant symbols embodying strength, freedom, and the ability to transcend boundaries, qualities that Rhiannon herself embodied in the narrative. The connection indicates how mythology often uses animals to depict the qualities of the characters. In Celtic traditions, horses are seen as sacred creatures with profound spiritual significance. Rhiannon's bond with her horse may suggest a connection to the otherworldly, highlighting the mysterious and supernatural elements within her myth. Her horse represents movement and transition, a narrative vehicle through which Rhiannon navigates her journey and encounters. This reflects broader cultural motifs where horses are seen as guides and companions in both physical and spiritual travels. This association promotes reflection on the harmony between humans and nature, suggesting a cultural appreciation for balances and the role animals play in embodying the connection. Such themes highlight stability and the need to protect and understand natural companions. Like a horse's elegance, Rhiannon's story weaves through cultural narratives with a touch of grace and charm. This reinforces the Welsh tradition of celebrating beauty both in nature and storytelling. Right. It's a story rich with intrigue and emotional depth. Rhiannon is married to Pyrrell, who at the time is Prince of Dyfed, whom she chooses over an unwanted suitor. Their relationship underscores themes of choice, agency, and love, emphasising the strength and loyalty inherent in the partnership. Pyrrell's role complements Rhiannon's narrative by reflecting mutual respect and collaborative problem solving. The story of Rhiannon's child casts light on themes of loss, misunderstanding, and her resilience. Her infant son, initially abducted, creates a sorrowful chapter where she is unjustly accused and punished, revealing factors of justice and honour as women is woven through Welsh mythology. Rhiannon's endurance during this trial reflects immense grace under pressure. Eventually, her son Pirigiri is found and reunited with Rhiannon, a narrative thread that pivots towards joy from shadow. This reunion brings forth themes of redemption and forgiveness, portraying the transformative power of truth and celebration of familial bonds. Rhiannon's experiences evaluate how as a maternal reflecting resilience and nurturing through adversity, qualities that reflect a deeper cultural appreciation for maternal roles and the emotional complexity inside within them. Similar to Jane, where Jane Eyre navigates her relationship and identity and social expectations, Rhiannon's tale explores how personal choice and conviction intersect with cultural norms, enriching the storytelling depth. Childlessness is seen in Rhiannon's tale becomes a profound and multifaceted theme that resonates deeply with issues of identity, social roles, and personal trials. Rhiannon's initial childlessness subjects her to social scrutiny and expectations, a reflection of cultural values where motherhood and lineage was pivotal. These expectations often create pressure and misunderstanding, fostering resilience within her character. Her narrative captures the emotional of longing and loss akin to the initial struggles experienced in Jane Eyre. This theme allows for a deep exploration of personal growth. When falsely accused of causing her child's disappearance, Rhiannon's story underscores themes of injustice and redemption. Her experience reflects social dynamics of blame and vindication, inviting reflections on how narratives express moral conflicts and resilience. The absence and eventful presence of her child symbolises as a narrative arc of liberation from social bonds and her eternal doubts. Her stories involve evaluation from childless to reunion, embodies transformation and the power to redefine oneself amidst adversity. Rhiannon's unwavering strength in adversity highlights the ability to maintain hope and courage, much like the Gothic resilience found in characters like Jane Eyre, giving insight into the rich tapestry of human experience beyond social roles. The loss of Rhiannon's child is a painful moment in her tale, yet it also provides powerful insights into themes of resilience, misunderstanding and emotional endurance. This event embodies intense emotional suffering, reflecting the depth of human experience. The story captures both the personal grief and the broader cultural implications of losing a child, suggesting themes of vulnerability and the tendencies to cast judgment. Rhiannon is wrongfully accused of harming her son, which illustrates social tendencies to reach conclusions based on fear of misinformation. This narrative mirrors themes of isolation and the profound impact of misunderstanding, relevant in discussions about justice and empathy. Her enduring punishment, where she is made to act as a horse for others, highlights inner strength and dignity in the face of adversity. This ordeal stresses the importance of resilience and the slow path to redemption, themes echoing through various human and mythological experiences. The eventful discovery and return of her son, Piriridi, signifies renewal and hope, a narrative shift from despair to joy that illustrates the transformative power of truth and reconciliation. It invites reflection on the psychological nature of life and the triumph over difficulties. Like the complexities faced by Jane Eyre in navigating social constraints and personal hardship, Rhiannon's story enriches understanding of character development and the intercursions of overcoming challenges, fostering dialogue about growth and empowerment. Rhiannon's story from Welsh mythology is indeed filled with intriguing facts and elements that provide depth and engagement. Origins of Rhiannon's character from this collection, which was a medieval Welsh collection of mythological tales. These stories are among the earliest prose literature of Britain, making them culturally significant in understanding Welsh history and identity. Supernatural abilities. Rhiannon is often described with supernatural attributes, including her magical horse and can travel as fast as lightning, yet cannot be caught. Such abilities highlight her connection to the mystical and the divine, maiden in her mist. Her introduction as a mysterious lady riding a whole white horse through the mist reflects motifs of overworldliness and enchantment, a common theme in Celtic storytelling. Motherhood and misfortune. She is accused of devouring her newborn son, showcasing the theme of wrongful accusation. Her punishment underscores themes of endurance and judgment, challenging perceptions of femininity and justice, redemption and truth. After years of punishment, the truth about her son's abduction emerges, leading to her exoneration. This return to grace marks themes of redemption, forgiveness, and the enduring power of truth. Cultural significance. Rhiannon's tale reflects elements significant to Welsh culture, such as justice, nature, and the role of mythology in understanding human experience, offering fertile ground for exploring narrative and cultural identity. And that concludes this month's episode of Women Who Have Shaped Worldwide Belief with the Butterfly Princess. The next episode, in this series will be recorded and posted out on the second Wednesday in July. So until then, have a lovely rest of your week. Take care and bye-bye for now. Bye.